Hi there, grade fours. Today we are going to be doing our third lesson in English online. You're going to need your English book and we are going to be doing activity 6, pages 16 to 20. So we are going to be reading a comprehension. Before reading, a myth is an ancient story involving gods and supernatural beings or heroes. When you read the title of this myth, what do you think the story will be about? So the title is The Mermaid and the Magic Comb. Okay, so it says read this myth in a group, but I'm just going to be reading it with you. Long ago, there was a man named Gluttony. It was a fine summer's day, and he went for a walk along the beach. As he was walking along, looking at the shells, he saw a beautiful lady in a deep pool. She had long golden hair and was sitting on a rock. She seemed very upset, and she was crying. As he came near, she darted from the rock into the pool, and he saw, to his amazement, that she had a tail. She was a mermaid. She looked sad, and the man said to her, "What saddens you, young one?" His voice was kind, and the mermaid swam a little nearer to the rock. She looked at him with large green eyes and told him her story. She had been swimming near the coast with her husband and children. Tired by the hot sun, the merman suggested swimming to a cave they liked. They entered the cave at mid-tide. There was some nice soft seaweed, and the cave was cool. Her husband settled down to sleep and told them not to wake him until the turn of the tide. She left the cave to look for food and smell a beautiful scent. It came from the flowers that grew about the point. So she had drifted in on the waves to get as close as possible. She had not noticed the falling tide until she found herself cut off in the rock pool. Now she could not get back to her husband and family. She looked again towards the sea and began to cry. "What shall I do?" she said. "I must get back to the cave." The old man asked what he could do to help. She begged him to carry her out to sea. If he would be so kind, she would grant him 3 wishes. He got up from the rock and slowly carried the mermaid across the sands on his back. As he put her gently into the sea, she thanked him and asked him what he wished. "I don't want silver or gold. I want to know how to do magic." The mermaid happily agreed to give him these powers. She told him he must come to the half-tide rock the next day. Then, taking her comb from her golden hair, she gave it to him and told him to comb the water with it when he got to the rock. So the next day he went to the rock, combed the water, and the mermaid appeared. She thanked him again for his help and began to tell him many magical things, such as how to prepare a cup of water that would show the face of a thief, and the healing power of the seaweeds and herbs. She told him that, as long as he kept the comb, she would come to him whenever he combed the water with it. When he took her back to the sea, she asked him to visit her home, and even promised to make him young if he would do so. To this, the old man gently said no. Instead, he stayed in his cottage and became known as a strong healer who could charm away the worst of luck. And this learning he passed on to his children, along with the magic comb. The rock at which they met became known as Mermaid's Rock. Okay, now we've got our questions. Who are the characters in the story? So characters are the people or creatures in the story. What is the setting? Where does the story take place? What is the man's name? 4. What did the mermaid look like? 5. Why was the mermaid crying? 6. Why did the mermaid leave the cave? 7. How did the man help the mermaid? 8. What did the mermaid say she would give the man if he helped her? 9. What did the old man ask the mermaid for as his wish? 10. What did the mermaid give the old man? 11. What did she tell the man to do with the comb? 12. What is the rock called where the old man met the mermaid? 13. Give your opinion about the story. So with your opinion, that means that you need to talk about what you think of the story. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it was a great story? Do you think that it's true? So you need to just say what you think about the story. Then 14. Find 5 more words in the myth that are new or interesting and write them out with their meanings using dictionaries. So find 5 words in the passage that maybe you hadn't heard of or you're not too sure what the meaning is, and then write it down. Great job, grade 4s. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson and I look forward to seeing your answers.